Well, Lance, he was like any other baby. He hit all of his milestones. He walked and talked all right on time. And at about 17 months, he stopped speaking. I was pregnant with Luke when Lance was diagnosed with autism. So, you know, I've worried about him since I was pregnant with him. And then again, it was right around 17 months, about the same time, he started to slip. So I brought him in here into SARC for testing, and I had a diagnosis of autism for him as well.
Cuando él tenía un año y 5 meses, fue cuando empecé a ver que era diferente. Empezó a caminar en puntitas, empezó a hacer movimientos de las manos como así, y no estaba teniendo contacto visual. Es cuando decidimos ver a su doctor. Tenía la esperanza que me dijeran que no, y sí, salió positivo que sí era. Y lo bueno que me tocó una persona que me dijo que fuera a Jumpstart.
I didn't know how to communicate with my daughter, and that's the worst part, because I knew that she could. I knew that she was smart, but it was getting past that and finding a way for me to learn how to work with my daughter was the key.
It's no great honor that autism is the most common developmental disorder impacting individuals today, but it's the truth. When I heard that the number of children being diagnosed with autism was now 1 in 110, actually I wasn't surprised at all. But I think just look around you. Know the individuals who are living in your society. Speak to your friends and neighbors. Look on the cover of Time magazine. Autism is big. It's happening. We need to recognize it, we need to understand it, we need to treat it.
We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of kids to be able to work with and a lot of families to be able to impact. I'm also aware that we're starting with kids from a young age so that as they grow older and to become adults, we have the responsibility to catch these kids young so that they have a better quality life as they enter adulthood. One of the challenges of the increase in autism has been the number of staff that we're going to need to work with all of these kids and all of these families. Parent training gives us one way to reduce the number of staff needed while still maintaining a highly intensive program for kids with autism.
There's this 1-week training in Phoenix with SARC. It's a PRT training. I saw so much change in Sinatra just from that 1 week. You know, oddly enough, I think a lot of it is teaching the parent. It's not necessarily teaching your child during that week, it's teaching the parent how to be your child's speech therapist, how to be their mentor and point them in the right direction.
Matt will be turning 19 years old this summer, and we have 3 years left in the school system. 3 years left to achieve a lot of goals, a lot of hopes, a lot of dreams that we have for him. And he's making tremendous progress, but what's he going to do? What's he going to do when he doesn't go to Chaparral High School every day? Where will he work? Where will he continue to learn? Who's going to care for him when I'm at work?
We're working with 225 teens and their peer mentors, and we're working with over 100 adults and finding them employment. We have found competitive employment for over 40 adults, and it's been a wonderful experience.
And certainly the vocational center has been an important part of creating pilot programs with the cooperation of local businesses that are really good to step in to help give these kids who are now young adults a chance to become independent in life and to have a feeling of contribution to society that most of us have. And it's a really good feeling and an important one.
It's been fun. It's very rewarding for our employees. They feel like they're making a difference in their community, and you really need to see what a difference it makes in their lives and how proud they are that they work for CVS. And quite frankly, more often than not, they call it my CVS, which really makes me feel good.
There was Brendan with a smile from ear to ear, and he said he got the job, and Melissa said, "Oh, I can't wait to have him." I just about almost broke down. It was a wonderful feeling.
What I would say to the people, to children out there looking for jobs, is to keep trying, do your best, go with what you like, what your strengths are, what you're essentially good at, that you can put into your job, and just don't quit.
He was the kid that was alone on the playground. And he was the kid that wasn't invited to the parties. David, by all outward appearances, appeared to be quite normal, whatever normal meant. But we later found out that he was always searching for one thing, and that was really friends. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to make friends. And I didn't realize what a pervasive problem that was. His depression became more and more of an issue. And I think it was about at that time, we had heard the term Asperger's.
Individuals with Asperger's are perhaps one of the most puzzling groups of individuals with ASDs. They experience these social deficits, and as they get older, they have little or no cognitive impairment, so they have relatively good insight and recognize that they're different from others. And once they recognize that they're different and they don't fit in with others, more serious psychiatric conditions can occur.
We had been asking question after question. There's something about Dave. He knows it. He knows he just doesn't fit. Maybe now, as an adult, we could make some progress for him. Very unfortunately, within the year that David was diagnosed, he lost his battle with chronic depression, and he passed away, and he was 34.
If they do not think about Asperger disorder, they might very well miss it entirely, because it doesn't stand out and stare out at you. Our program of Think Asperger's encourages doctors to say, think about it, and you'll never miss it again.
We'd hate to have another family experience this just from lack of knowledge.
Autism is a spectrum disorder, and it comes in many forms and in many faces. There are no two individuals with autism who are alike, and our goal is to better understand what it is we're dealing with so we can more effectively intervene, and intervene earlier with answers, with therapeutics, and with hope. Because this organization is my hope for Matthew, and my hope for the millions of other children like Matthew who need us to believe in them and to be able to create that roadmap so that we can show the way.